Kerr says, "I'm amazed by the skill level of today's players. But the little things, getting back in transition, boxing out, they aren't as locked in. Most of them didn't have a high school and college coach yelling at them for 8 straight years. So, it's a different world." Guys?
Good perspective from Steve Kerr. DA, thank you. And tonight's game, like so many, could come down to the three-point shooting for each team. Greg, there are debates as to whether that style alone can win you a championship in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, there's never a substitute for balance. And coaches and players are too smart. You have to keep your opponents guessing. But leave no doubt, the three-pointer is here to stay.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Miller is out there with ABC. And it's Big Daddy. And it's ABC. And for the Timberwolves, Johnson is out there with Pippen. Then there's Hill. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Kane in at the 5 spot. Hamilton against Paul. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Now the Timberwolves with it. Johnson outside. Knocked loose. And now running up the court. Miller pushing it up. They get it back. Another shot out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
Paul passes to Hill. From past the arc. Rebound by the Pistons. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
Point blank, this is a bad combination. If you're looking to get stops, that's not the way.
And the foul called on ABC. That is his first foul of the game. Hamilton against Paul. Inside, Bryant, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Johnson from outside drills the three-pointer.
And entering the league, Magic was an average shooter at best. Has worked extremely hard to improve that facet of his game.
Johnson with the block. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Outside Hill. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
To the inside. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Pippen. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Yeah, Pippen using those long arms inside to get shots off. Feels like no one can guard him down low.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
So for the Timberwolves, their last game a win against the San Antonio Spurs.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
It was really that second wave in the rotation that took the offense to another level.
Detroit shooting their first free throw this game. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
Oh, did you see that? So clever on his takes inside. Chris Paul is adept at carving his way through the D.
How about that strong defensive performance for this half's mobile one block?
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy. Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Detroit with the ball after the basket by Minnesota. And it's Outlaws slamming it down.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. And stolen by Outlaw. Fires for three, and Hamilton gets it to go on the assist from Outlaw. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Pistons?
Their aggressiveness on D has been the most glaring aspect of this game so far. They have the heat turned all the way up in this first half.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
1:16 left in the first quarter. And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Kane. Johnson comes in for Scottie Pippen. Doc, he's checked in for Magic Johnson. And Kobe is subbed in for Hill.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down. And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Poke loose. Outside Hardaway. Fires the three. Bangs home the trifecta.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Doc, good, and Paul gets the assist. 6 points for Doc.
As a distributor, Paul is just a machine. He's constantly creating for his guys.
And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Now here is Hardaway. He averages about 5 points a game. The Cobra passes to Hardaway. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Clock at 4. And it's Hardaway slamming it down.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Yeah, both teams in the zone early. Stops have been almost impossible to come by.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Minnesota on top as they end the first quarter with a 13-5 run. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
They didn't need any time to warm up from long range today. Their three-point shooting has been terrific in the first half.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Big Daddy is up there with the Cobra. Then there's Hardaway. Then it's D. There's Big Smooth. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Johnson attacking. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 4th assist in this one.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
You know what it is? It's his creativity. That's making this engine run.
Now here's Kobe. His last outing, 16 points for him. Into the lane. And that one is off. Minnesota leading by 4. Here's Doc. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. And late in the season, we see playoff teams, Greg, resting their star players. Any excuse for lottery teams doing the same thing?
Not as far as the league is concerned. If they're healthy, what's the goal? Throwing away games is not acceptable.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Johnson, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Hill in for Chris Paul. He was all alone on that one. Outlaws got 6.
And with the height to see over people and the peripheral vision to do it quickly, Penny with the perfect setup.
Got a piece of it. From deep, and another 3 for Detroit.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Here's Kobe, and Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, a bit surprising to see them leading at this point, given the number of turnovers they've already committed.
Kane, he's checked in for Minnesota. Pippen comes in for Doc. Hardaway, no good. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And the foul called on ABC. That is his first foul of the game. For the Pistons, Miller comes in for D, and Hamilton subbed in for Hardaway. That one drops for him.
The defense late to react. A beautiful play we just saw.
From beyond the arc and then some. He's got 6.
And that's just too much space to give a shooter like him. He works to get open, but the defenders have to work harder to nullify that.
Now here's Johnson. Here's Kane, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And the insane peripheral vision there. If anyone's open, even for an instant, Magic's gonna find you.
Hamilton outside. Down low, shoots from 12. Count that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Outlaw. Kobe kicks to Hill. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. The Pistons working the ball around now. Johnson up top. Back to Pippen, unloads, and again it's Minnesota.
He is just always a step ahead of the defense. Magic runs this offense with absolute precision.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Paul's checked in. Now a timeout called by Detroit. .104 left to play here in the second quarter. Passes it to Hamilton. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too high.
Oh, wow!
He went. That was nice.
When Chris Paul takes it to the cup, he is always expecting some physical contact. He is used to nailing shots despite whatever comes his way.
Here's Grimes. The shot will not fall. Good D by Johnson.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Paul passes to Pippen. He kicks it to Johnson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen. And now an 8-point Timberwolves lead. Knocks it loose and taken away by Paul. And stolen by Hamilton. Now Detroit moving it up. Hamilton's got the ball. Here's Paul, and then Paul slams it in.
And that's the one thing about Chris Paul. Once he gets out into transition, very difficult to stop.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks. Dwayne, not the night you want so far. What do you see happening out there?
I don't know what has happened, but our defensive concentration, rotation has gone the way of the Buffalo. And I don't know what it is. I could care less about offense. You know, we're going to score. That's not the problem. It's making up our mind and having a commitment to the defensive end.
Okay, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. They were in a rough spot, down 7 at one point, but kept it from getting worse than that. They really poured it on in the second quarter. building the lead to 10 points. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
They're running some great offense right now. Working the ball in good spots, taking what the defense gives them, not forcing up shots. We'll see if they can maintain that discipline in the second half.
Kenny, what do you think about Detroit?
Well, they have to improve their defense. Guys were getting burned on the perimeter. They wouldn't put a hand up, as my man used to say, hand down, man down, up. You got to get some help. That pretty much covers everything. Shaq, you think they played their best?
No.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Doc has been sensational.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Pippen is out there with Magic Johnson. And it's Hill. And it's Chris Paul. And it's Kane in its center. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Hill, no good.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
Pistons trail by 10. And taken away by Paul.
Just another example of losing concentration. His 4th turnover of the evening. He has to start protecting the ball better.
And have to be careful guarding Paul. He's superb at finding ways to get defenders to initiate the contact.
Right, you know a thing or two about being a floor general. It's no longer just a traditional guard role.
Not at all. Now there are point forwards, even point centers, and an offense doesn't have to run through the backcourt anymore. You look at guys like LeBron and Jokic, it's a different game.
Grimes, he's guarded by Johnson. To the wing right side. Here's Hamilton over Paul. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Pistons have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
First free throw is good. Hamilton hits both of them.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Ball finds Hill. With the drive. Misses the layup.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
He's doing what he can do to pull them closer, but it's not enough. He needs more help.
Ball's knocked loose. Now Detroit moving it up. Dives for it. Outlaw the pass to Hamilton. Grimes. He's guarded by Johnson. Johnson with the block. Here's Hamilton. And there's another one for the Pistons.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now. Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
Here's Kane. Oh!
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile one block.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Duncan, he's checked in for Kane. Doc comes in for Johnson. And Kobe is subbed in for Chris Paul. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Pippen. Look at that.
Nice.
And Pippen there driving hard inside, has the height and athleticism to consistently get it done in the paint.
Pistons trail by 7. One-on-one here. Now the pass to Doc. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Pass break Detroit. Here's D off the left rim and out. Minnesota leading by 9. And again, the turnover by the Timberwolves. Poked away. One-on-one fast break. Here's Pippen. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Pippen, simply put, one of the best small forwards of all time. A defensive powerhouse and a fearless scorer.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight. And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Pippen.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
And the foul called on ABC. That's foul number 2 for him. .132 left in the third quarter of the game. The Cobra passes to Hardaway. It's stolen by Hill.
Yeah, tough entry pass. You want to kick the ball down low, but you have to be crafty about how you do it.
And Duncan gets it to go in.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
They've taken nothing for granted. You can see they're playing the moment rather than the score.
Pistons trail by 14. Here's Big Smooth. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
For Detroit, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. Johnson, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Bryant, and finish off by Bryant.
Yeah, love seeing Bryant just get up and go for it. His leaping ability never ceases to impress.
Detroit's gone 6 of 8 on 3-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. To the paint, it's intercepted. Ahead, the finish. Duncan with the block, and they're able to recover. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. All checked in for the Timberwolves. ABC's checked in for the Pistons. .27 seconds left to play in the third. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to 11 on the bucket from Hardaway. Bounce pass from Paul. Johnson dishes to Duncan. The 3 from Bryant. That one falls. Coming off the Johnson feet. Bryant's got the lead up to 14 now for the Timberwolves. Another 3 for Detroit.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
And so it's Minnesota. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident shooting the ball. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And Detroit, looking at who they've got, took him no time at all on that one.
He has really made an impact from beyond today. That's another triple.
Just think where they'd be without all the work he's done from the three-point line today.
Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Contested shots and block shots. That's been their bread and butter defensively, giving up no easy looks.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Kane, he's checked in for Johnson.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
The free throw drops for Kobe. Miller's checked in for D. And Kobe drops them both.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Pass to Miller. And he drops it in from the low post. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've led by as many as 14 points. Kane, the pass to Duncan. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Pippen's checked in for Duncan. Big Daddy's checked in for the Pistons. Pistons trail by 11. They get a hand on it. Paul with the steal. Drops in the breakaway layup.
The quickness of Chris Paul isn't limited to just his offense. He is an amazing defender who can really rack up the steals.
And another steal for him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Hamilton outside. Here's Grimes. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Efficient performance from him. Not the case for everyone else on his team.
Knocked away. And now the Pistons fast break. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Did you just see
wow.
what I saw? I mean, that move was out of this world.
Executed, don't you think, to perfection, Greg. I mean, he had the rim in his sights and was not going to be stopped.
Magic Johnson.
No good on the free throw.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And he's good on the second. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Hill's checked in. Johnson outside. Shoots the 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Kane. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. And here's Hill for 3. Rebound, Detroit. Hamilton outside. And there's another one for the Pistons.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Pistons trail by 14. To the middle. Here's Big Daddy. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
That's good planning, and that's good execution. And that's a great look.
Back to Paul. Johnson outside. Here's Kane to the right side. That's a 2 from Paul. Detroit with the rebound. Big Daddy's got 6 rebounds in the game. Shots good by Miller.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please. That's terrible.
Hill looking around. He takes it in. Oh,
okay,
wow.
Okay.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Timberwolves.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win. And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for
Chris Paul.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, ABC.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Now off the inbound, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
I like what he's doing here. Terrific efficiency scoring the basketball.
Kicks it out to Johnson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Magic Johnson.
Gets the first. That will put them up by 9. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Robinson's checked in for Pippen. Phillips comes in for Grant Hill. And Isaiah Thomas is subbed in for Paul. He's perfect from the line this time.
Big moment at the line. As poised as you get, this thing is done.
To the paint, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
I like how Fred VanVleet stays patient. Eyes up, finds the breakdown in the defense.
And Thomas, here we go, and he comes up with the deuce. And the Timberwolves lead by 10.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
And that's the baby-faced assassin. Thomas, he'll smile at you, and then he'll cut your legs out from under you.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And without a doubt, one of the greatest small men we've ever seen. Zeke possesses the skill and determination to just take over a game at any point.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Miller outside. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. And so the Timberwolves take the win, probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you later.